Futures and options on futures trading involve substantial risk and is not a suitable investment for all types of investors. Past results are not necessarily indicative of future results. When I use the word I in this video, it refers to what I teach in my charting course or what I author in my twice daily oral and written updates. Prices shown on charts and quote boards are in real time and take into account all known activity up to this point in time. And if you'd like to read more of this disclaimer, simply hit the pause key on your video player.
Good morning. Ira Epstein of Linn Associates with your morning flash update for this Wednesday, the 24th of January, 2018, and we're about 9:20 p.m. plus, just slightly after that this morning. Now, you got to ask yourself, what's going on? You wake up, the dollar crashing, basically. Most foreign currencies dramatically higher against it. The gold explodes, and most of the other metals run with it. Well, Steve Mnuchin, who is already in Davos, Switzerland, had his speech today, and in it, as he was talking, he's talking that it benefits the U.S. to have the lower dollar. End of discussion. Away you go. I thought President Trump had already left for Davos. He is leaving today. He meets tomorrow with the group, and that's going to set off only knows what. With his keynote speech, if you will, on Friday, will he be talking the pro-American trade? Will he be talking down the dollar? Don't know. It sets you up, though, for tomorrow because Mario Draghi now has his hands full. He wants to sit there and let the bond buying program run until its normal expiration in September. Yet here you are over 124 in the euro. I would bet that he tries to talk down that currency, not up it, so you have to worry about that. We're waiting in a few minutes now for the API number to come, for the EIA number to come out. The API, American Petroleum Institute numbers yesterday were much more bearish than I think anybody had thought they were going to come in. The question is, was it one-off, or does the EIA show that you are holding up well in the crude, you're down a little bit in the product because of the gasoline build? Look at the what's going on in the grains. Are they going to try to lift up and off these sideways actions that you've had in the corn and the wheat? Beans, to me, are a little ahead of themselves, but we'll see what that means. In the interest rate sector, with what Mnuchin said, you have to think that's going to be a bit bearish right here, and that seems to be the day. Back over in the Bitcoin, 112. Now, the news of the day. Market U.S. preliminary January service sector PMI came in at 53.3, final December 53.7. The manufacturing sector PMI 55.5 versus 55.1, so-so. Then you get to the National Association Realtors existing home sales. Home sales were down 3.6. They expected them only down 2.2. That's really the headline. The rest of it are the numbers where you're going. The price keeps climbing. It's 246.8 versus what, that's 5.8% over a year ago. So it gets very, very high. But the 3.2 months of unsold inventory is not a high number, folks. That's really a tight number. The dollars break to the downside. As I said today, it was accelerated by Steve Mnuchin saying a weaker dollar was good for U.S. trade. The Eurostat reported the Eurozone public sector third quarter 2017 adjusted deficit came in at 3% of GDP. That's way down. That's now a third of the 1% it was in the second quarter. Business surveys suggest the economy grew around 2.7% in the Eurozone. That's the fastest rate in 10 years. That's why Mario Draghi's going to have his hands full tomorrow. The European Union composite PMI was 58.6. That's better than the forecast of 57.9 and higher than the December figure. The German composite PMI came in 58.8, down from the December of 58.9. Let's call it unchanged. That's about what it is. But the manufacturing sector did come in 61 to a little bit lower, while the service sector was better. Then you look at the Japanese data, and no matter what Mr. Kuroda keeps talking down, the market's not buying it. And the hardest thing for a central banker is when they want to tell the market one thing and the market goes the other. Because the data shows their imports rose 14.9%, exports were up only 9.3%, and their trade surplus, well, with that type of news, it would shrink. It was 359 lagging the 539 yen. The market will like all that. So that is one of the problems that they're going to have over there as I see it. Now, pivot points. I haven't shown you this in a little bit, and I think it's important. There are markets where traders come in and they'll get, they're too far up, too far down. Maybe I don't want to get involved in a longer term trade. I want to be able to come in and out maybe. And what you do in a pivot point is a formula is there, and most charting services have this. And you get what's called the pivot point, the center. Underneath it, you get a buy at the lower point, the other lower point, the resistance point, the other one. And you're trying to play in between that the markets will travel from one of these points to the next. As they do that, you're trying to set up trades for yourself. We've put together a couple of videos that show you first in a pivot point using a PowerPoint what the concept is. Then I walk you through the actual charts. You get this, and it's free by giving us a call. You can go to our website at www.iraepstein.com. You'll see a carousel of free offers right on the front page. You can click up here at any point that you'd want. If you're watching me on YouTube, it'll take you right to those forms. And underneath us on a number of websites, it says, click here for Ira's free information. It's going to be a very active day today. You're going to want to see the end of the day videos. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a good day.